Early in the morning on October 1st, 1910, explosions ripped through the Los Angeles Times building. 20 newspaper workers die. General Otis immediately accuses Unionists of planting a bomb. Labor leaders point out that workers in the building had complained for weeks that gas fumes were making them sick. When Iron Workers Union leader John McNamara and his brother James are kidnapped by private investigators and thrown in jail, accused of the bombing, Unionists widely believe that they are being framed. Radical attorney Clarence Darrow is persuaded by Sam Gompers to join Job Harriman on the McNamara's legal team. Contributions for the McNamara's defense pour in. Labor Day 1911 is declared McNamara Brothers Day by Gompers and the National AFL. With the assistance of San Francisco's strong union movement, a major organizing drive is launched in Los Angeles, bringing the number of union members to its highest point ever. The McNamara Brothers case helps stoke simmering feelings of injustice felt by working people. Emotions are further inflamed when, at the urging of the Merchants and Manufacturers Association, the Los Angeles City Council passes an ordinance banning picketing. Harriman defends scores of union members rounded up, often beaten, and thrown in jail by police enthusiastically enforcing the new law. In the midst of these events, Harriman announces his candidacy for mayor of Los Angeles. At a July 4th rally, he promises to repeal the anti-picketing law half an hour after his election. Harriman wants to convert the city's utilities and railways to public ownership, build public baths, swimming pools, and libraries, provide free textbooks in public schools. In a direct slap at Otis, he promises a publicly financed weekly newspaper. Harriman also pledges to investigate Otis and a number of his rich friends who had profited handsomely from construction of the Los Angeles Aqueduct, now nearing completion. Just by coincidence, Otis and his partners owned the land on which the aqueduct terminated, suddenly making their desert holdings extremely valuable. As the primary approaches, John McNamara, while not himself a socialist, endorses Harriman from his prison cell, saying,
"There is but one way for the working class to get justice. Elect its own representatives to office."
Even Sam Gompers comes to Los Angeles to urge Harriman's election. Harriman's campaign is headquartered in the Los Angeles Labor Council building, a sign of the growing closeness of labor and the socialists. G.W. Whitley, leader of the Afro-American League, endorses Harriman and runs as a member of his slate for city council, the only black candidate in the election. This is the high tide of the socialist movement in America. In 1911, hundreds of socialists are elected to local and state office around the country. In 1912, Eugene Debs would receive nearly 1 million votes for president. Branches of the Los Angeles Party are formed by ethnic groups, young people, and women who will be voting for the first time in a municipal election. The primary results become Otis's nightmare. Harriman, in an open primary, places first in a field of 5. Labor leader Fred Wheeler receives the highest number of votes of any city council candidate. The newspapers go to red alert. The Express warns that a Harriman victory would signal the end of LA's prosperity. The Times swings its support to the runner-up, George Alexander, for the general election. Harriman assesses his rival.
He never heard of a social problem and would not know one if he met it in the street.
The Los Angeles Socialist Party, supremely confident, holds huge rallies for Harriman. Unfortunately, there is something Harriman doesn't know. Clarence Darrow realizes the McNamaras are guilty. To save the lives of his clients, he cuts a secret deal, approved personally by General Otis. 4 days before the election, without informing Harriman, the McNamaras switch their plea to guilty. Thousands of disillusioned voters change their minds about voting for a man associated with admitted bombers.